Yes.
Thank you very much. And also, I still can't see it saying coordinates. So can you also just confirm that it says coordinates still at your end?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, cool. Right, now, a couple of you have mentioned that I promised today was going to be a catch-up lesson, and that is still actually my plan. The little bit of material we're covering is coordinates, which I'm sure you will all have seen at junior school. So what I'm planning on doing, I just want to remind you what a coordinate is. I then want you to hopefully rattle through the 20 questions that I've set. And if you know how to do coordinates, they'll be ever so quick, because I'm just asking you to go and plot the point 3, 4, or the plot the point -2, -3, and what have you. So if you know what you're doing, each question is probably going to take you about 10 seconds. So that is my plan. So today the idea is we have this little bit of teaching just to help those of you who might be a bit rusty, or those of you who haven't seen coordinates before. You then rattle through the coordinates worksheet, which, as I said, is 20 questions, but I expect it will take you 10 minutes. And then you can have the rest of the lesson to be the catch up, where we're just working on the last two or three bits and pieces that we've done. So that's the plan. Okay. Now it's still a bit disconcerting for me because I can't see a screen. So unfortunately, I'm not going to know whether there is a big lag or not. So you're just going to have to bear with me. So coordinates. So let's say, for example, we've got the coordinates 2, 3. Can you shout yes with the second you can see 2, 3 on the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, thanks. So there's about a 5-second delay. Okay, that's fine. So as I'm sure most of you know, the first number in a coordinate is, think of it, oh good, finally I can actually see it now. Think of that as being your left or right movement. So think of that as being going left or right. So I always like to think of that going along the corridor. You go into a house and the first thing you can do, you can go along the corridor. Okay, so that first number represents your left or your right movement, and the second number is the going up the stairs. So that represents the up or the down. Okay, so the first coordinate is left or right, the second one is up or down. Now, if it's a positive number as the first coordinate, you move to the right, and if it's a negative number, you move to the left. And with the second number, that coordinate, if it's positive, you go upwards, negative, you go downwards. So all this worksheet is going to be is a whole series of questions that are a bit like I'm just about to do now. Okay, so let's say we're going to plot point A, and plot point A was 4, 1. Oops, 4, 1. That means 4 along to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 up the stairs. So that will be coordinate A, because I've gone 4 to the right and 1 up the stairs. Okay, say I had to plot coordinate B, which was 3 minus 4. Well, that first coordinate is my left or the right. Okay, and it's still positive, so that's 3 to the right. So I go 3 to the right, but because the up or down one is now a negative, I now go downwards. So that means 3 to the right and 4 down. So 1, 2, 3 along, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and that would be coordinate B. All right, let's just go into all the various quadrants. So let's say we were going to plot the point -2, 5. Have a think what you think that's going to be, particularly while you're waiting for it to come through on the screen. So I'm going to do -2 plus 5. So I want you thinking about whether you think that is left or right, up or downs. So it's -2 plus 5. So have a think. Well, that first one is your left or the right. Because it's a -2, that's going to be 2 to the left. And that second coordinate, the up or the down one, because that's positive, that's going to be up. So that coordinate means go 2 to the left and 5 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's call that coordinate C. And then finally, coordinate D might be, for example, -1, -2. All right, again, I'm just going to wait for it to come through for you to see. -1, -2. So have a think about that, left or right. And that's going to be 1 to the left and 2 down. So that would be my coordinate D. So that's it, really. As you can see on the left, if we were in class, I'd be running off nice grids of the whole of the world, and we'd be having a look at some geography and stuff, but we're not able to do something that colourful, I'm afraid. So what we're just going to do, we're just going to have to stick with our usual Dr. Frost method. So I'm going to leave this slide on the board, just for those of you who might not have seen this before or might be a bit rusty. So I'm going to stop the recording now. Then you can obviously ask me for help as per normal. I'm going to prioritise to start with helping anybody who's a bit rusty on coordinates. So anyone who's coming through with questions on these, I'm going to help them first. Once everybody's clearly okay in coordinates, then I'll start helping you on all the catch-up stuff. Okay, so let me just stop the recording.